Have you ever wondered why you became a people pleaser in the first place? Because I don't remember asking the universe for it, or I don't remember waking up and thinking, you know what, maybe I want to spend my entire life making everyone else happy around me while completely forgetting about myself. So, how did I become this person? Hi, guys, welcome back to Let Me Be Your Woman. So, next time when you are pointing your fingers towards someone and saying, why do you people please so much? Maybe you can go a bit easy on them because and try to understand where they are coming from, because nobody dreams of becoming a people pleaser. Okay, I know I never did, and I never asked the universe to make me someone who would constantly overthink, over give, over explain, and apologize for things that weren't even my fault. So, where did this came from? So, people pleasing became a part of me when I didn't even know what people pleasing actually was. And no, it did not come from my school life or college or any bad social interactions. It actually came from very deeply rooted instances, which I actually never paid much attention to and used to just laugh off, because that's my defense mechanism, thinking that they do not hold much importance in my life. But turns out I was wrong. Sometimes those instances, even if they are from your childhood, can still give you the biggest fear of your life. For me, it came from one fear, that one fear which I had been holding upon to my entire life, that one fear which had controlled almost all of my relationships, that one fear of being alone. So every time new person would come into my life, let it be my family, my any social interactions, or any friends, or anyone for that matter of fact, I would make this as my responsibility to make them feel loved, to make them feel included, to make them feel seen. I would just start adjusting myself according to them, always saying yes, even if my body is saying no, because I thought I was being kind, a good friend, a good daughter. I used to think that I have to be there for them. If anything would go wrong in the situation, I would immediately start introspecting myself. That did I do something wrong? Did I said something wrong? Maybe if I wouldn't have initiated this whole situation would have not happened. Of course, why? Like, why would you even say anything at the first place? I mean, like, that's how I used to function. Haven't all of our spiritual leaders, teachers, elders have always taught us to see good in others? In my case, I think I took it to a little extra stretch, always seeing good in others while contemplating myself all the time. And then I would question myself, why do I feel exhausted all the time? Why do I never feel that I belong here, even if I do everything right? And then something happened. My life just fell apart. My career was gone. I was broke. I just didn't know where to start again from. Basically, I didn't had that energy or courage to start everything again. That's when I realized something. These people whom I have been so scared to lose, whom I have been holding on to so tightly, where are these people? I mean, those people were still there for party, plans, hangouts, trips, conversation, because they still needed a shoulder they can rest upon, they can call a safe place. But were they actually there to check up on how am I coping up? And why was I exhausting myself so much till now? For what cause? Because nothing good came out of it for me, apart from few beautiful people which I'm so glad to have in my life. So one day I got really fed up that I need to take charge of my life back. And I am just done over explaining myself. Because at the end of the day, it is me who's picking myself up. It is me who is sorting and calming my chaos. It is me who's building everything from scratch without any external help, who's figuring out everything once again, and who's just not ready to give up yet. If I've already survived everything I was terrified of, am I really still afraid of being alone? This time the answer came no. This time I wasn't afraid that who's gonna be there when I die. I wasn't afraid who's gonna miss me, who's gonna be there when I get married, gonna introduce to my family as friends, as my people. This time I just knew who they were. Because there's this funny thing with healing. It brings clarity in your life. It gives you good quality control. True healing actually begins when you realize that there is one person who's gonna be always there with you no matter what. And that is you. Will never. I just know. Take charge of your life. Build boundaries. Say no when you mean no. Try it and see if the word falls apart because you know it won't. Stop chasing, stop forcing, and see how simple, clear, and lighter life gets. Ask yourself, what are you really afraid will happen if you stop people pleasing? Will people leave? Will you end up alone? Will they stop loving you? Because that is the wound. And if you keep distracting yourself or just keep filling the void, that one void, with someone else or with something else, that wound is still gonna be there. So you need to work on the wound which is causing people pleasing. And once you work on that, I think people pleasing will slowly disappear on its own. And it's not gonna be easy. Initial days are gonna be very hard, but if I can do it, anyone can do it. You can do it. I think this is the motto of my life. If I can do something, you can definitely do it. And people, if you know other people, if you know someone like this who always make you feel included, who always make you feel seen and loved, maybe this could be a sign to check up on that good friend, good daughter, kind person. That are they being kind to themselves? And if they are not, maybe this time you can become that kind person which they need in their life. I am always here. I'm always here. That's why I named this channel. Let me be your woman. Let me. If I can do it, you can do it too. And you need to do it. By the way, did you check out my recent video on how we make up 100 of stories in our brain with zero evidence? If not, move. Go check it out right now. You need to watch it. Bye.